విశాఖలో సర్కులర్ ఎకానమీ పాలసీ టు ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ పేరుతో నిర్వహించిన జాతీయ స్థాయి వర్క్షాప్ ప్రారంభమైంది. వర్క్షాప్ లో వివిధ రంగాల నిపుణులు, సంస్థల ప్రతినిధులు, కేంద్ర రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వాల అధికారులు భాగస్వాములయ్యారు. కార్యక్రమంలో మినిస్ట్రీ ఆఫ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్, ఫారెస్ట్ అండ్ క్లైమేట్ చేంజ్ కార్యదర్శి లీలా నందన్, మినిస్ట్రీ ఆఫ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్, ఫారెస్ట్, క్లైమేట్ చేంజ్ అదనపు కార్యదర్శి నరేష్ పాల్ గాంగ్వార్, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ప్రభుత్వ ప్రత్యేక ప్రధాన కార్యదర్శి అనంతరాము, జిల్లా కలెక్టర్ ఎంఎన్ హరీంద్ర ప్రసాద్, జాయింట్ కలెక్టర్ మయూర్ అశోక్, GVMC Commissioner Sampath Kumar తదితరులు పాల్గొన్నారు.
We have tried to set the tone for this national workshop through the concept note which has been circulated earlier and through the virtual workshop which was organized around a week ago, where we listened to several good suggestions and we tried to incorporate those ideas before we were able to finalize the concept note that has been circulated for wider discussion. The whole aspect of circular economy has been clarified in considerable detail during our past interactions as well as through these communications. And I think a tone was set by Mr. Anantharamu when he said that from metal age, stone age, we have unfortunately come to the era of garbage. And that is the real challenge. So the whole concept of circularity actually looks at three main pillars. Why this whole idea of resource efficiency and circularity is actually a win-win in so many ways. First and foremost, it is the way to maintain and to manage the impact of waste, the impact of this garbage, which is otherwise going to have a very, very negative impact on the environment. Circularity is the way to minimize further extraction of material, because recycling material and reuse of this material in the production value chain actually not only brings about efficiency in terms of resources, financial as well as other resources, but it has less of a negative impact when we extract virgin material from the environment. And what is the third aspect? What is the economic dimension to it? There is a whole untapped potential for skill development and for employment as well as entrepreneurship. And this is the aspect that actually should bring all our efforts together onto a very planned and systematic course of action. That is why, in the best traditions of cooperative federalism, the central and state government, and by central government we mean not only the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, but the other line ministries, sister departments, we and the state governments, we need to work together first to recognize the potential of this entire principle of circularity and to also recognize the potential harm that it has if we do not address this challenge. Along with this whole approach of cooperative federalism, we need to bring in the involvement of the entire society. That is why whole of government and whole of society approach is the only way that we will be able to make this whole approach and this whole philosophy of circularity succeed at the ground level and actually achieve some concrete outcomes. When we talk about whole of society approach, we must understand that today the whole management of waste as we see it is something that affects not only our cities but our rural areas, and in the absence of clear institutional systems, in the absence of capacity building of the local bodies, whether of rural or urban areas, we would be only talking about the philosophy and the principles, but long-term sustained impact would not be ensured. So when we talk about skill, we of course need to focus on the technical skills, because when we retrieve wealth from this so-called waste material, when we retrieve precious metals from electronic and electrical items, when we properly manage waste tires to retrieve carbon black, and so many other examples are there. All of this of course requires skill upgradation, and that is why we have specially reached out to the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. There is a huge focus on skill development, and in this year's budget, I'm sure all of you are aware, and I hope that during the course of the discussions, this would be discussed in more detail. There is an entire focus that is being given to skill development, to upgrading ITIs, to taking skills to the next level. So identification of the skill sets that are required to actually embrace circularity in its true sense, that identification, and then putting into place the institutional support systems so that we have good, robust training and certification systems in place, then ensuring employability of the skilled workforce, or even entrepreneurship of the skilled workforce would be the third aspect of this. But the other, as I mentioned, the involvement of the local bodies and their skilling is also important. And in this sense, skilling would refer to capacity building. So the skilling of the informal workforce that is engaged in collecting waste, in segregating and aggregating it. So what are the skill sets they require? What is the protection that they require? Because the kind of waste they are collecting on a daily basis is very often hazardous, harmful to their health. So how are we taking cognizance of these requirements? And we have to skill them, we have to make them aware of what kind of protective steps they need to take. So the systemic improvement of the waste collection systems, and then efficiency in the collection and aggregation, and then their further movement onto the recycling units, efficiency that the recycling units will bring in through better technology, better skill sets, and so on and so forth. How the kind of recycled material is going to fit into the production plans of those entities, those enterprises that would use this recycled material also is very important. Because if that gap remains, we would be doing very low-level kind of recycling and processing, and perhaps that would not meet the requirement, and perhaps it would not fulfill the true potential for upscaling this recycled material.